Everybody is enjoying the Labor Day today, right? And like all good things in Indonesia, we are starting also a little bit late, right? Okay. Welcome to Genius Cafe. My name is Danifeld. I'm originally from Romania. I have around 9 years of experience in marketing. I've been living in Bali for the last 4 years, a couple of years in Belgium, Germany, and so on. I've been doing inbound marketing probably for the last 4 years, and this is what we're going to talk a little bit today. How many people of you have an online business? Raise your hand. 1, 2. The rest? Working for a company? What kind of company? Gelato. Okay, wonderful. I love ice cream. You should have bring some ice cream. Okay. And you? Sorry? Okay. So basically, inbound marketing is helping any type of business, whether it's online, offline, but focusing more on the part of online. I've been working with probably around 200 companies so far, from real estate agencies to e-commerce solution to offline companies, and that's some of my work today. But the session today is to help you. So what we're going to talk today, what is inbound marketing, what's the methodology behind inbound marketing, the philosophy, and the favorite part that people, they tend to like it, are the tools. I believe that we're living an interesting and busy life here in Bali, especially on the beach, and we want to automate our efforts online. That's the reason why I love the part of the tools. What is inbound marketing? And because I don't like to talk so much on my own, it's a little bit of insanity and a little bit of old age if I'm talking on my own. I would love to have as many questions as possible, okay? Do you agree? Yes. The level we need to, yeah? Yeah? Wonderful. So, inbound marketing. Inbound marketing refers to marketing activity that brings visitors rather than marketers have to go out to get some prospect's attention. What's a prospect? Almost a client, exactly. Inbound marketing earns attention from customers, makes company easy to be found, draws customers to the website by producing interesting content. The definition is coming from HubSpot. That's the company behind everything that's related to inbound marketing. Okay, have you ever heard about HubSpot? It's a mean machine of content creation, because the idea behind content inbound marketing is that the content is in the center of all of your marketing activities, but you need to place that content in the right context. So if you're going, for example, to inbound marketing and you're searching for HubSpot Academy, you're going to find a lot of information regarding digital marketing, Facebook. It's a great resource to drive your traffic to the website, right? So HubSpot Academy, that's the name of the website. So we talked about prospects, but we need to find qualified leads. What's the difference between a lead and a prospect? Anyone? No? So the prospect is somebody that, according to, let's say, to HubSpot, a prospect is somebody, let's call them a visitor of the website, right? And the lead is somebody that is completing a form. So if, for example, you have a newsletter form, if you have a download a brochure, that's one step further. He's already interested in your product, but not necessarily interested to buy. Make sense? Yeah? So you have a stranger, and I will show you a little bit later, but let's dive a little bit. You have a stranger that doesn't know anything about your business. You have a prospect, you have a lead, you have a customer, and you have a promoter of the business, right? In the end of the day, email marketing is a sales funnel. combined with marketing actions means happy customers. The really important aspect after this slide is that you need to place this content in the right context. Meaning that if you're showing to somebody that is not necessarily interested to buy, and I really hate this sales emails, hey, I just subscribed to the newsletter and they're sending me to the shop, I honestly delete them because I'm not interested. Email should educate first before selling anything, right? Everything that you have to have in mind, and everybody is bombing you with prices, discounts, and so on, but what's the added value? Why should I put my money in on your website when I don't know anything about you? Why should I put my credit card? Why should I put my PayPal if I don't have if I don't see any value? If I don't know who you are, right? So the philosophy. Inbound marketing is a philosophy based on the truth that customers are not necessarily shopping like 10 years before or 15 years before. So if you remember like first 15 years before, if you wanted to buy a car, you were asking your friends, family, and fools, hey, what car do you have? If you're buying now a car, you're probably searching 30 websites and you're going to free dealers and you're asking your friends and you're checking some YouTube videos. If you're, let's say, booking an accommodation, you're probably going on booking Airbnb and a couple other websites. That's correct? Right? Because before, what's the printer? Okay, so before it was a line, one line, friends, family, and so on. Okay? Now you're going on Facebook, you're going on Google, and all this social media that we, let's say, hate where we love. It's a hate-love relationship, right? Some history. I wanted to be a history professor, so probably that is why I like the history slides. The main idea is that Facebook, for example, here, in 2014 there were 1,500 stories. If you have a company now and you have a Facebook page, you don't have honestly any chance to be featured on the newsfeed, because Facebook changed the algorithm and now it's showing only friends and family. So until you're pumping money into Facebook, which I don't recommend, you cannot see your message as a company or a Facebook page or how you want to call it. And you've probably seen it. So inbound marketing is more about organic traffic, right? How you bring this organic traffic to your website. So the methodology. We're focusing on 4 pillars. Convert, close, delight your customers, right? You need, what I said before, that you need to provide value. And you need social media, blogging, SEO, forms, landing pages. Meaning that this is what I was saying before, what you have a stranger that doesn't know anything about your business, doesn't know that you exist, doesn't give a shit about you. You want to transform him into a visitor, a lead, a customer, and a promoter, right? So that's the funnel. Most of the sales funnel are finishing here. Most of the people and most of the companies saying, hey, we got a number, kudos, we're increasing our profit this year. But what's happening next year? If you think that your customer are not on a number and they can be a promoters of your business, so you know that expression that the best marketing is the word of mouth. And also this line means that, let's say that you're launching a new product, they become again a stranger. Make sense so far? Any questions? Not yet, yeah? So the first step, you want to attract strangers into visitors, and you're doing blogging, social media, keywords, and pages. Your keywords analysis. So let's say that you're creating a website. How are you putting that keywords on that page? Do you use any tools? Do you do a research? So the idea behind is that you should go, for example, for Google AdWords, the Google Keywords Planner, and you should search for, let's take an example, sunglasses, right? If you're searching for sunglasses, that's a high volume, high competition. But if you're searching, for example, for sunglasses Bali, that's lower traffic and lower competition, right? So I like to call it the low-hanging fruit, meaning if you're finding 10 different keywords that are probably low volume and lower competition, that maybe this way you're going to the traffic that you want, right? So do your own research, okay? Pages, you need to have as many insight pages as possible, right? Because Google loves a website that provides value. And also social media, you already know. The idea behind social media is that you need to find your right channel. So don't focus your energy on the channels that don't matter, right? Know your own customers. Have you ever heard about buyer persona or ideal customer? Yeah? So again, if you're searching online for how to develop an inbound buyer persona, you should go more than age, location. You should think about why they would buy from you, why they wouldn't buy from you, what problems they have, how you can solve that problems, right? So all these questions, in the end, you're going to find the content that you want to put on your website and on your blogs, on your social media, on your messages online, okay? So write your buyer persona. I'm still fascinated about customers that I'm having, and where I'm asking them about their ideal customers, and they're like, yeah, it's a female that is age 35, between 35 and 55, probably from Bali. And I'm like, 35 to 55, you have totally different expectation in life. At 35, you want probably to relax and enjoy life. At 45, you want to establish a family. The idea is that different age groups bring different value and different problems, okay? So go back home and do a buyer persona, right? Next step, visitor into leads. You need a website that is converting. A website is converting a one that is one providing value and one that is capturing as many emails as possible. People, they still think that emails are not working, but it's actually bullshit. Still, email is the best, probably one of the best, and honestly the cheapest, almost free mean to sell online, right? And I'm not talking here about spamming. So in order to increase your database of emails, you need to have call to actions on your website. They need to go to a landing page. On a landing page, they need to have a form. And on a form, they need to go to a CRM. Are you guys using a CRM? Yeah? CRM. You know what's a CRM? It's a customer relationship management. So let's say that you have 500 customers. Where do you keep them? On an Excel sheet, probably, right? You should keep them on a CRM, because if you connect it to your website, you know exactly what they are doing on your website based on the fact that you already have the cookies from them. A free one, it's HubSpot. Another one is Salesforce, but it's expensive. So once you get the visitors, you want to convert them into visitors. And what I said always, that you need to provide value. So why should I subscribe to your newsletter? Everybody is freaking out about privacy today. Probably doesn't exist, in my opinion. But if I want to add my email to your website, I need a value. I need a discount code. I need an ebook. I need an invitation to a webinar. And all of these aspects that is pushing me to give one more step in adding my email to your website, right? Subscribe to the newsletter for me doesn't mean anything. Subscribe to the newsletter and receive 20% discount. I would say, yeah, okay. Make sense? So you have a visitor, you have a lead, and you want a customer. You need to create these email funnels, the automation. One of the free and the cheapest and the most easy to use is probably MailChimp. Have you ever heard about MailChimp? Yeah. So if, for example, if you have an e-commerce solution, if you have an online shop, if you have any type of the business, you can do marketing automation and email automation. From the first email until the fourth email that you're actually sending him, that subscriber to your website, to the page that you want to sell something, you can create this nice email funnel. And you need to give a score to the lead, right? So let's say if somebody is subscribing to the newsletter, has one score. If somebody is subscribing to your webinar, has another score. If somebody is already buying, has probably the highest score. Because remember what I said in the beginning, is that you need to provide the right content in the right context. Social media, even doesn't matter if you're using social media in the beginning for a visitor, doesn't matter if you're using it, for example, for a lead or for a customer. It's probably one of the best ways today. And remember that slide that I showed you regarding the wonderful history, is that today the voice of the consumer is shorter than ever before, right? And think about all of these movements online. I'm still seeing customers that are, for example, have this wonderful Facebook page or a Twitter page or an Instagram or whatever social media they're having, and people were asking questions and they're not replying, right? Or they're replying after 2 days. Be on time. It makes such a huge difference. If you remember on Facebook, you have like a icon in saying very responsive 100%. Exactly the same thing is happening probably for Airbnb or any other type of business, right? So the faster that you're getting an answer, the faster that somebody is, for example, submitting a form and asking you a question, let's say a contact page, you need to be on time, right? And you need to provide happiness to your customers, right? An incentive, a survey. For example, if you're asking a survey in the end and you're saying, hey, thank you very much for shopping. What do you think about our products? What do you think about your buyer experience? They're going to probably give you an answer. You can take so much knowledge from your customers, and it's unbelievable. And they're not going to think that you're just one number. It's unbelievable if, for example, sometimes I'm buying something, and after 5 months, they're asking me, hey, what do you think about your product? Like, wow, okay, these people will actually know what I bought 6 months ago, and probably after this, they're trying to sell me something else, but I honestly don't mind, right? So you should make your customers happy. If, for example, you're saying, thank you very much for buying, here is a discount code that your friends can use, you brought probably 3 other friends of that person. So, the tools. Attract strangers to visitor, blogging, social media, keywords, and site pages. This is what we discuss. My recommendation for the blogging. Are you guys blogging by any chance? A little bit. Why other people are not blogging? It's boring, right? To write an article that is at least 1,000 keywords, 2,000 keywords, right? But the companies that are blogging, they're actually receiving 55% more visitors. Yes? Yeah. There are 2 different aspects. First of all, for example, for SEO purpose, it's okay to have content, right? So meaning keywords that are you're targeting that specific keywords. It has to be my recommendation is to be at least minimum 2,000 keywords, and that specific keyword has to be at least 4 or 5 times in that article. This way people are going to find you. If, for example, if you have a video, Google doesn't know how to index that video because it doesn't have any keyword. What I suggest, if you're doing, for example, a vlogging or video blog or so on, transcript your entire conversation into a blog article and place it for the lazy ones in the beginning. Yeah, and do both, right? So this way you're targeting also Google, and you're also, for example, increasing the visitor, the views on your video. My recommendation is to be at least 2,000 keywords, or let's say 1,500 to 2,000 keywords. Keywords, meaning these are considered 2 keywords, not letters. Yes. Yeah. So for example, sunglasses Bali, if you're writing about vacation in Bali, you should write, you should add sunglasses Bali at least 5 times in that article, right? More is considered damaging for SEO and annoying for your readers. And you should have, for example, also internal links, meaning like internal links to your website, and for example, outbound links outside of your website. Another reason why you should blog is that you're getting inbound links. Do you know the difference between an inbound and an outbound link? So inbound link is a website that is linking to your website, right? An outbound link, it's a link that you link to another website. The reason is why you should have as many inbound links as possible is, for example, you want to be ranked on Google, keywords and inbound links are probably the only things that are working at the moment, right? More inbound links that you're going to have on your website, the more traffic that you're going to receive on your website, and the more is going to seem to Google that is relevant that website, and you're going to rank for that specific keyword. Your website is static. The blog is something that is dynamic and it's always moving, right? And by blogging, you shouldn't talk about yourself. You should provide value. You should solve problems that your buyer persona have, right? So inbound link is inbound link is a link that is linking back to your website. No, because that links are on so your website is on other websites, not are your. So you should have as many inbound links as possible if you're trying to get even a mention. Another idea is that, for example, if you have a really good article, probably some other websites are going to take your blog and they're going to link back to your website. And in search for example, for a return of investment, they get 126% more leads, the companies that are blogging. I used to have a big engineering company that were like boring salespeople, and marketing was calling. Not that calling is not okay. And I asked them to blog, and they started to have customers after that. But they were blogging, for example, exactly what the customers they were looking, right? And you should know exactly what they're thinking, what are their problems again. And this way, all of these questions that your customers have, you should transform them into a blog article. Make sense? Yes. At least once per week. Once per week, you can If you don't have time, do it twice per month, but that's probably that's a number, that's a good number. Any other questions here? So, for example, for social media, I said to you that automation is probably the key. For example, HubSpot or Hootsuite is one of the ways that you can add the social media, the Pinterest, the Twitter, and all of these channels. Sprout Social, it's another one that is providing an interesting value based on the fact that you can segment your audience and you can say, I want to post my Facebook message only to female between 25 and 35 living in Bali, and it's basically is going to understand exactly the tool is going to understand exactly when your audience that you wanted is interacting the most with your content. Okay, it's called Sprout Social. So for keywords, the first one is Google Keywords Planner, and you basically have here volume and here competition, meaning that you should go for low volume and low competition or medium competition, okay? And it's going to give you also inspiration, for example, for other keywords that you should add. And it's a free tool. This one is called BuzzSumo. BuzzSumo is used also for analyzing the influencers. Are you doing any influential marketing? No? Do you know what's influential marketing? If somebody has 50,000 likes on Facebook and 20,000 likes followers on Instagram, that's an influencer, right? Send them your products and say, hey, why don't you try them in exchange for a blog post or a Facebook post or an Instagram story or whatever. So call to action, landing pages and forms. Remember what I said, that they need to arrive on a website and they need to have a call to action. They need to arrive on a landing page. You need to have a form, and this form they need to go to a CRM. Okay? Make your call to actions a little bit interesting. I'm not saying that, for example, download a brochure is not making a difference, let's say. But if, for example, you want to ask for a quotation or you want to ask for a quotation from your customers, then make it something a little bit easy. You can use a tool that is called Canva, canva.com. Canva.com is a free tool to create design, any type of design, from Facebook covers to call to action to signature and so on. If you want to do landing pages and you're using, for example, a WordPress website, Instant Page and Unbounce are providing the best results. I'm more a fan of Instapage because it's a little bit easier to use. One suggestion that I have for you, for example, for landing pages, is to do A/B testing. Do you guys know what's A/B testing? Yeah? So A/B testing means you should test also the design. You should test if, for example, make one that is longer, another one that is shorter, change your call to actions, change your content, change your title, and the one that is going to convert the most is the one that is going to stick out. Really important is that to have a website that is mobile friendly, right? In 2018, I'm seeing websites that are looking like 2005 and probably are not converting as much. And the idea is behind that probably we're spending at least 300, or we are checking the stupid mobile at least 300 times per day. and your customers are actually on the mobile, right? And also Google is going to penalize you if you don't have a website that is not mobile friendly. If you want, for example, to create surveys, Typeform is a really cool tool. Let me show you something. So that's Typeform. It's a free tool. You can use it also for to create a different type of surveys, and it's really interactive. Sorry? Yeah, you can use it also for quiz. You can use it also for events. You can use it also for asking a question. You can use it also to whatever you want, and you have also templates. So the difference between 1 to 5 questions and this boring Google Form surveys, this one, it's really interactive, and so on. You got the picture, right? So Typeform is that one. HubSpot CRM. The idea behind is that you can, again, because you have the cookies, you can see exactly that this visitor came on the 5th of April. After this, it went to that specific page, and you can be like nice detectives and say, hey, I see that you're interested in product X. Why don't I give you a discount for it? And we're going to freak out. Email, MailChimp. You already probably know it, and it's free also to use, for example, for automation. Before it was you need to pay an extra fee. Now you can use it also, for example, for cart abandon. If, for example, if you have an e-commerce solution, as a thank you message to send a message to all of the subscribers, and etc., etc. Mm-hmm.
Get them all together.
How do
You
you
want me
get
to
them
repeat?
together? Meaning, how you put them in? Maybe you can
Hello?
repeat. Doesn't matter. Talk like this.
Check.
Basically, my question was, what's the central place? You're recommending just putting them into another tool, which is like your marketing database, or can Mailchimp be that tool to house all your emails?
So, Mailchimp is a platform that you use to send email
Right.
blasts. Okay. HubSpot CRM or Salesforce or any other CRM is a platform that you use to store the emails and to track the data, if it's a customer, if it's a lead, if it's whatever that person is. And now you have APIs that are connecting all these tools, right? So you don't need to worry about importing and exporting. Everything is done automatically. So choose your battles, meaning that MailChimp is the one that you're sending all of the emails, and HubSpot or any other CRM, it's a tool that you use to interact with.
And-
Meaning, yes.
And so ClickFunnels, where does that fit in with like the landing pages?
ClickFunnels is one tool to have them all. ClickFunnels is, you can use it also to send emails. ClickFunnels is also a CRM. ClickFunnels is also a landing page creator. And it's a more complex solution. And you can I definitely recommend ClickFunnels. Okay, did I answer your question? Okay. Smart call to actions. Smart call to actions meaning that, and ClickFunnels actually has this option If, for example, you have you have a stranger or a visitor, you don't want to show the same call to action. You don't want to show subscribe to the newsletter if you already did. Maybe you want to show them download a brochure or get a 30-minute call with us, right? With smart call to action, depending on what are they doing on the website and what's the point of their buying cycle they are, you need to show them a different call to action, right? Make sense? Yes? No? Yes? So, a small conclusion. You have a stranger. You're going to do SEO, blog, social media, and mobile optimization. Super important, remember, to have a website that is mobile friendly. Visitors, call to action forms, and landing pages. Leads, email, sales alerts. Sales alerts, for example, if somebody is buying, or for example, when you're sending an email and you're attaching different documents or you're having a link, you want to know if that person is actually clicking, when is it opening that email, how many times did they open that email, if they view that video that you attach, and so on and so on. Leads to customer, forms, emails, web, and promotion, right? And delighting your customers. Okay? So guys, that was my presentation. If you have any questions, yes. The other one.
Okay, so you mentioned earlier on about social media. Facebook doesn't like you. If you put things on your business page, it doesn't send them out or something weird. Am I better off to post, like if I post an article or post something in my business page and then share it to my personal page, it doesn't go out to many, does it?
So, business is business, pleasure is pleasure. That's my division in life. Facebook, unfortunately, I don't recommend. I honestly, if, for example, if you don't have money to invest in marketing, that message is not going to reach the audience, because they changed the reach for the Facebook pages. Now, the idea is that it's better if you want to share it, first post it on your Facebook page, and
Thank
after
you.
this, from your profile, share it on your wall.
Thank
right?
you, that's what I wanted to.
Yeah.
Thank you.
From personal to business. So you're posting on your Facebook page. And when I say Facebook page, meaning like the professional the business page. And if you see that it doesn't have any reach, for sure you can share it on your wall and saying, hey, check out my company or whatever.
Sorry, I'm not sure if I missed this. So you're saying now that Facebook isn't promoting kind of, even if you do a blog post or anything like that, how are you suggesting that you get the blog posts other than keywords and the inbound and outbound links? Are you suggesting it's better to have them sent out on an email kind of schedule, or just being on your website?
So for sure, there need to be the blog posts. They need to be on your website. That's
yeah,
one. Yeah. The second of all, if for example you're using Instagram,
yeah,
the only way to get a click on Instagram is through the profile message, through the profile link. That's the only way. So if you're posting something, if you're posting a photo and you have a link, people that cannot click, but they can click on the bio link. But you can send you can use, for example, different tools to send a message to all of the followers that you're having, and this way they can click. One tool is Getting Fame, and I will show you to you in a second. Another way is to approach, for example, create a list of all the people, all the websites that you think that your link can be relevant to be posted or reposted on their website, and send them a message saying, hey, I created this blog post about sunglasses in Bali. I think your audience can find relevance. I would love if, for example, if you can add our website, our blog post on your website. That's one thing. Another way is, for example, Twitter. Another way is, let's say, Facebook groups. What I'm trying to say regarding Facebook is that if you don't have money to invest in Facebook advertising, and once you dump that money into Facebook advertising, is going to, the reach for Facebook pages is going to go down and down and down and down, right? And if you're looking now on your Facebook page, how many, and make a memory exercise, how many Facebook pages you've seen, let's say 5 or 6 months ago, compared with how many you see now. Now you see only friends and the friends that are actually interacting, right? Make sense what I'm saying? And another way is that how many times you check Facebook like 6 months ago and how many times you're checking it now. So that's one tool that I recommend, for example, for Instagram. And it's a really cool tool from a perspective besides follow, unfollow, commenting. It's really organic and is respecting all of the privacy and policy and terms and conditions from Instagram. And one thing that is doing is sending a automatic message to a welcome message to all of your subscribers. So if, for example, somebody is following you on Instagram and sending a message, or for example, for all of your followers, right? And you can add a link. And that's a link, and they can click it. So if, for example, if you have a blog post, you can send a message to all of your Instagram subscribers. Another question. Okay. Thank you very much, guys. It's been a pleasure.